Greetings to all fellow American preppers and vigilant natives nationwide. Today, I am addressing you to open up your eyes to something ominous and mysterious that can alter your day-to-day life. It seems likely some horrible plans are in the play for us. Let's face the reality head on. Some horrible things are definitely going to unravel. Have you noticed the dwindling resources and the sudden shift in policies and regulations? What is actually happening behind the scenes? As a skilled prepper, we have to make backup plans in case things go downhill at any moment. Let's start with a broader perspective. You gotta see the drastic global shifts in supply chains and the workforce. Whatever is untangling is more than merely the tip of the iceberg. The enormous 15% decrease in the workforce at Fork Heights is alarming, and they are not the only ones. UPS, MK, and FedEx all are tackling the same evil fate. What lies in the open for us as American citizens? Another nail-biting fact, shipping giant Maersk has thoroughly ceased the operation of their container ships in the Red Sea. Why? It seems like it may be due to the never-ending Middle East conflicts. Rocks your brain, doesn't it? Maersk intends to slash 10,000 workers. Their livelihoods, unfortunately, are at stake. The workers may struggle with uncertain employment amid job decline. Question the situation. Do these layoffs imply some economic disaster? Most importantly, how are Americans going to be affected? Are our jobs fully secured? Is more inflation on the horizon? Staying well prepared and informed is our only way, my fellow Americans. Corporate decisions are significantly affecting our lives in every aspect. We can't stay blind anymore. Time is ticking. Buckle up, my fellow Americans. The economic tempest is far from over. Let me cast light on the financial sector. We can't ignore its significance in economic equilibrium, which is hanging in the balance at the moment. We aren't talking about just small fish in the sea. We are referring to major stakeholders, such as Citibank. It's poised to lay off 20,000 employees within the next 2 years. This isn't just a number. It concerns people with responsibilities for their families. More concerning is the fact that Citibank isn't the only one under the water. From the tech guys to finance, the narrative's consistent. Laying off employees, low budget, and cutbacks. When the major stakeholders of finance waver, it's a red alert for the whole economy. What happens when the banks face hurdles? Think about it. The bank's capacity to extend loans is affected, meaning both small and large businesses are going to take the blow. That would significantly lead to a dropping economy and a significant lack of jobs. Last year was definitely painful, but I'm afraid 2024 is going to be even more challenging than 2023. Keep in mind, fellow preppers, that the economic issues aren't going to be resolved overnight. In fact, something more alarming than the current situation is going to unwind. Ever wonder why your money doesn't stretch as much as it used to, especially at the grocery store? The answer is inflation. You might have noticed the financial strain on our American consumers struggling with the difficulty of affording basic needs. Over 10 million people, 1 in 3 Americans, are estimated to face dreadful financial hurdles this year. Oh, and don't forget about inflation making your pockets empty. Recall the times when buying soda was just a matter of spending $1. Look at its price now. The picture definitely seems bleak, doesn't it? Consider another sad fact. 40% of loan borrower students have been deprived of their first payment since 2020. And no, it doesn't reflect people's reluctance to pay. It means that they are unable to meet their financial obligations. Another alarming fact, super rich people are building bunkers. For instance, Mark Zuckerberg is said to be constructing a bunker in Hawaii. Is it simply a home renovation? No, it's a backup measure. Something dark is under the cover. All these issues scream about some upcoming horror that the masses don't know anything about. While on the topic, let me tell you about the complexities of the banking sector and the crucial actions of the Federal Reserve concerning the entire U.S. population. Are you aware of the fact that Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank had to secure urgent loans from the Federal Reserve? That rings an alarm. The Federal Reserve doesn't just take steps like that. Something is fishy. Even more concerning is the fact that these banks utterly failed to pay their loans by the end of 2023. The fact that they failed to pay is keeping American vigilance on their toes. Because if they fail, what does that mean for the rest of us? What storm is brewing for us? Everything related to finance is dependent on the stability of banks. Forget about banks. The Federal Reserve is also under hot water. They are trying to quench the fire, but how can they extinguish it when it is burning from all directions? We can't blame ignorance because it's going to have an influence on all of us. America will suffer. Our fellow citizens won't be able to borrow, and they will be unable to do anything requiring money. Any misstep from the feds will cause our pockets to face the consequences. It's 2024. The situation is bleak. It is only logical for us to manage our finances and keep ourselves in the picture. Have you realized that the majority in America are fighting tooth and nail to fulfill their monthly obligations? I'm talking about a proper trend that has become the norm now. The auto loans and delinquencies on credit cards are rising. These numbers indicate a financial crisis. Now, you might consider these just minor inconveniences, but these aren't. Imagine every other American failing to keep up the monthly payments. What would that mean for our beloved country? The major famous companies that we rely on are ringing alarm bells of bankruptcy. This might look like the thin edge of a wedge, but sadly, it's not. It is signaling a less than stellar shift in the economy. Now imagine the dwindling opportunities for employment, interrupted necessary services, and the eventual collapse of the entire economy. The threat isn't posed to the private sector only. The failing businesses pose a threat to the overall financial system. This reminds me of Ouroboros. One failure will lead to another, then another, and so on. Every American will have to withstand the shock. But are we really doing anything about it? It's easy to lose track of serious issues when there's a daily influx of entertaining news, right? We cannot forget our fellow Americans struggling to keep pace with inflation. They are real people. Their lives are at stake, and so is our whole economy. The only way to navigate this bumpy path is to stay aware of the scenario and find solutions together. Only then can we survive this violent course of events. The narrative we are being told doesn't align with the actions of ultra-rich people who are well-informed and resourceful. This means they must know something that we don't. Billionaires like Elon Musk and Peter Thiel, PayPal co-founder, are said to be investing in emergency plans, aka underground doomsday bunkers. Harry Hall, a U.S. entrepreneur, has been reported to invest in building bunkers. Some famous celebrities are also known to have been aboard this trending ship. The question is why? What scared them so much to undergo these extreme measures? It signals some ominous economic turmoil, if nothing else. They are well-resourced and vigilant. You and I are unable to invest in bunkers. We can no longer listen to the fairy tales of the safe landing of the economy when the red light is right in front of us. What we can do is be well prepared and reevaluate our future plans. My fellow Americans, have you noticed the glaring difference between the narrative we are being told and the bleak reality? It's fishy how the movies and shows that have been released lately seem to be obsessed with narrating the stories of economic collapse, societal failures, and social imbalance in power. You cannot help but notice how the pattern is similar to what is actually happening in your real life. What if these stories are actually predictions for the coming future? What if the media is trying to relay a warning message without being obvious? These shows echo the real-life anxieties and worries that every American is encountering. It's like the billionaires have answered the distress call, evident from their safety measures. So what does that say about the media's role in everything? It certainly isn't there just for entertainment, because the timing is suspicious. Why are they releasing such movies when the banking sector is hanging by a thread, the economy is uncertain, and there is a constant threat of people losing their jobs? What is their motive behind telling certain stories while hiding others? My fellow Americans, let's not get distracted. Stay cautious. The picture we are being shown might be real or not, but the struggles and experiences are real for sure. Click on the next video to learn more about how the U.S. economy may be in deep trouble.